It's 2 days to the 7th December general election. Good morning. Welcome to the Starr Breakfast News. Coming up this morning, police announces road diversions ahead of NPP NDC final rallies today in neighboring constituencies Medina and Ayawaso West Wogan.
Officers will be on the ground to offer direction and to assist the various groups get to their location with ease.
Also coming up, we'll hear from the NDC who say they are confident the police will provide adequate security to avert any disturbances.
The NDC is very much ready for a final rally tomorrow. All preparations have been done. Our stage is set. We've informed our constituencies in Greater Accra. And as I speak to you, we are ready to go.
Still in this edition, NDC says notice to resist any attempt by the governing NPP to undermine electoral process after uncovering printing of fake ballot papers. And later, in a special EIB Election Hub feature, we explore how opinions are shaping up in the Zangos. Is the Zango Development Fund going to be a magic wand for the NPP? Is the northern leadership of the two dominant political sides going to have any effect? Details of these stories are coming up shortly, but first, let's remind you of our affiliate stations across the country.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, My Star Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Many thanks to you for choosing Starr News. I am Nurain Abbas. Accra is expected to come to a halt today as the leading political parties, the NPP and the NDC, pitch camp in neighboring constituencies in the Greater Accra region to sum up months of intense campaigning across 276 constituencies. While the NDC is taking over Medina, with final rally themed Reset in Ghana, Let's Finish Strong, their main contenders, the NPP, are storming Ayawaso West Wogan constituency with the Possibilities Victory Rally at the University of Ghana Sports Directorate Park. Now, both say all is set for a successful event come tomorrow. Here is National Youth Organizer of the NDC, Jodo Pari Ado, who is confident the police will provide adequate security.
The NDC is very much ready for its final rally tomorrow. All preparations have been done. Our stage is set. We've informed our constituencies in Greater Accra. And as I speak to you, we are ready to go. But I want to add that this situation that we find ourselves in today was avoidable. The NDC announced its venue 2 clear days before the NPP put out this communication and also informed the police. When we announced our date and our venue, we wrote to the Ghana Police Service and informed them appropriately. Our expectations were that once the NPP informed them that they wanted to use the Legon Park, the normal thing to do or the reasonable thing to do was to tell them to look for a different location. Because what the police is saying, we only pray. The NDC is a peace-loving political party and a law-abiding party as such. We only pray that there will be no clashes because we don't know how the police is going to determine who an NDC supporter is or who an NPP supporter is. And those are the major routes people are going to use. Whether you like it or you cannot get through Legon without not passing through Medina.
The tomorrow you heard in that soundbite is actually today. Now, the police service has also announced some road diversions to regulate traffic and ensure the safety of both party supporters and the general public.
Both of them agreed with the police. They were actually very happy that we had put such arrangement in place for them. They expressed their commitment to work with their party supporters, their faithfuls, to speak to them, to bring to the attention the security arrangements that have been put in place. NPP supporters who will be coming from Adenta direction towards Legon, take left at the Reese Junction, move towards Aviation, and appear on the UPSA Oponglo area that will let them access the University of Ghana Sports Park without having to go through Medina and the Zongo Junction areas. Also, NPP supporters will be coming from the Dome direction towards Legon, will go right at the Hacho Junction towards Gempa and then access the University of Ghana campus from there. In the case of the NDC, their supporters coming from Tetekwashi, to avoid them going through Legon, will take right at Shiashi towards the UPSA and then take left to hit the main Medina Accra road. Also, NDC supporters who will be coming from Dome will take left at the KFC junction on the Hacho road towards the Wisconsin direction. This will make it very easy for them to get to Zongo Junction without having to go through Legon. And in all these situations, our officers will be on the ground to offer direction and to assist the various groups get to their location with ease.
The largest opposition, NDC, has served notice to resist any attempt by the governing NPP to undermine the electoral process of the country following the printing and distribution of fake ballot papers to some constituencies. This comes after the Electoral Commission directed the police to investigate a viral video of a pickup truck which was spotted transporting alleged fake ballot papers and registers to some constituencies ahead of the upcoming elections. Now speaking to Starr News, the NDC's Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations, Mustafa Foyod Bande, said the printing and distribution of such ballot papers is being orchestrated by the NPP.
We have instituted surveillance and intelligence gathering that is more effective than that of the state. And so there is no way you will pass that we are not aware. We are determined to get this government out of power. And I can say on authority that the Jubilee House was behind that criminal act of printing fake ballot papers. Look, I'm holding an intelligence of how they have planned to orchestrate all sorts of things at police stations, where they will do bad traffic, where they will bribe agents, where they will send tax, where they will bribe party people, where they will share money. So if you have a political party with this kind of mentality, they are nation breakers, they are destiny killers, and they are dangerous and should not be allowed close to the governance of our country. And I'm shocked that this is the legacy of President Akufo-Addo. What would he be thinking when he becomes a former president?
Mustafa Foyod Bande further vowed that the party will resist any attempt to distribute the alleged fake ballot papers.
And I'm holding some 137 constituencies. They have targeted to do this. Eastern region, Ashanti region, Western North, and some Volta region, and some other constituencies where they have targeted to do this. The last one they will do, we know where they will do it. We will attack the place very soon, and all of you will get to know. We want to prove to the MPP that we have the backing of Ghanaians to win this election, and that any wrong move from them will be resisted with alacrity. We didn't mention EC at all. EC was not involved in this at all. It was the criminals within the Jubilee House who perpetrated this and were caught.
You heard NDC's Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations, Mustafa Foyod Bande. This is still the Starr Breakfast News. Now, the People's National Convention, PNC, has officially endorsed the National Democratic Congress and joined the campaign of its presidential candidate, John Dramani Mahama, in the Ashanti region. This comes after the Electoral Commission disqualified its flag bearer, Bernard Mona, from contesting the 2024 presidential over some irregularities in his nomination forms. My colleague Abdul Hanan Adam has more in the following report.
Strong show of solidarity. PNC leaders have pledged their support for John Dramani Mahama's presidential bid, with party representatives actively joining the NDC's campaign to boost their political presence in the Ashanti region. Outspoken former national chairman of the PNC, Bernard Mona, who failed to make it onto the ballot, explained that the decision to align with the NDC was driven by the need for change in leadership of the country. He urged the people of Manson Kwanta to vote against the ruling New Patriotic Party in the upcoming elections.
President Mahamechi, na to Aba on the 7th of December. Now waiting kunim. There is work to do. Ghana needs us so that the work can be done. Inti munyina mumaya ya biakuye. Na to Aba Emma John Dramani Mahama. The
chief of Manson Kwanta also backs the PNC's decision urging residents to vote overwhelmingly for the NDC to bring the much-needed development to the area.
We'll bring you the extended version in subsequent bulletins. Now, before we go, Zangos have always been a cardinal point for political campaigns each electioneering year. You will find every politician identifying with a Zango or recounting having lived in a Zango community when they need votes. The promises cut across building mosques, granting scholarships and jobs to Zango youth, rebuilding Nima into a villaggio, etc. The Nanado Dr. Baumi administration took it a notch higher, establishing a Zango and Inner Cities Ministry and the Zango Development Fund. That has the narrative of neglect and underdevelopment in Zangos changed that much? And how are Zangos observing this election, especially as the flag bearers of the two dominant political parties are all Northerners? Colleague Ivan Heathcote Fumado has been to some prominent Zango communities in the Ashanti region and explores this subject in the following feature.
Zongo had it's your problem, it's your problem.
We don't have any proper water and toilet facilities in Tafuzongo.
The same thing. See, Nina Bini Zongo ha. And the MPP for money abre, San NDC for Swenny abre.
The MPP and the NDC are all seriously campaigning, but we gain nothing when we vote for them.
Tibino Ungenishi Noir Swakotwaba.
Barkisu Ahmed, a 54-year-old mother of 4, has lived in Tafuzongo all her life. She is bothered with a lot of challenges confronting the Zongo community. Barkisu, who used to work as a hawker, is now jobless. She lost her working capital to bad sales.
I was a trader, but I lost all my money, so I am unemployed.
Zongo Development Fund, that is under the presidency. And ever since I came in here, I haven't seen a lot of activities from the Zongo Development Fund because of one way or the other, and the way the Zongo ministry was scrapped out of the ministries that was in existence during the first term of the president's office.
Some 57% of the population is young. It is not for any fanciful reason that most of these communities are identified as electoral flashpoints, considering that many of their energetic youth are used for electoral violence. From the worrisome pictures of Tafuzongo, the horrifying drug and sanitation issues of Mosi Zongo, and the mixed developmental mosaic of the slightly better Zango communities in the Sokoramampo municipality, the scale of development tilts heavily to the negative. The problems of Zangos does not only tell negatively on successive governments, it has a wider implication on how Ghana fares in its attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. But as the election approaches, the dilemma that faces Zango communities cannot be envied, as the flag bearers of the two dominant political parties, John Dramani Mahama of the NDC and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia of the NPP, all hail from the north and are seen as brothers of Zango communities. Reporting for Starr News, Ivan Heathcote Fumado, Ultimate FM, Ashanti Region, Kumasi.
And right here in the studio, I am Nurain Abbas. We draw the curtain here this morning on the Starr Breakfast News. You can get more news update when you log on to starfm.com.gh. Next is Jones Aji with Sports Chat. Enjoy the rest of your day.